Hello everybody, my name is Maria Banga and I'm the founder of the association Hope for the Abused and the Battered, and my association turns 1 today. It was on the 10th of December 2018 that the document was signed. What do we call that document? Registration certificate or whatever. And so I'm very grateful today. It's emotional for me. I see I'm sitting in the offices of the association. Officially moved in yesterday, and it's a year, just 12 months, right? And when I come to think of it, yeah, that's a very big milestone. And I have not yet looked at I have not yet done a report. I'm hoping to get one by mid-month, hoping that the assigned team member takes it to heart. But if they don't do it, then I'll have to do it myself. So that is it. I want to share some reflections. From the outside, we could think things were as easy as pain chocolat. I'm actually eating some pain chocolat. When you're doing something like this, sometimes sitting down and eating consistently is not possible or not easy, feasible. There's always something to do. I have to meet the man who has to do our signboard today. He said he'll be here at 8. And because I don't like being late, I don't want him to come and I'm not there. So I'm hoping he comes at 8. Those are some of the things you would think that you can easily get people to join you in doing those things. But from my experience, it's not easy. And I'm already used to, I'm already kind of like, this thing, I will have to do 60% of the work. And by grace, it will be reducing. So from doing like 90%, I'm now at about 60, 70. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm very honest. I was just telling myself once more this morning, well, you may still have to continue pushing a lot yourself for the next year. So I'm reviewing my expectations. When I started, well, the vision always comes to one person, seriously. And it will be difficult for other people to get that vision and to buy it without thinking like, it's their thing. That's the truth about it. I don't know how other people look at it. And unfortunately for me, I did not see any video or know anybody who could talk to me as honestly as, well, I talk to people now about this whole journey. So it's not easy. You have the vision, you sit down to write. If you even start sharing with some people, people will be like, all the things you are doing, which one is that again? Whatever. I mean, I wanted to even integrate it with some other ones, but the people I spoke to were like, no, and knowing your spirit, your fire, soon you'll be flying and will not be able to keep up the pace and everything. So, well, I prayed and meditated, and God said, well, you just go and register your own. So that is it. It was like from October, I had it like mid-October because I was going through a stage and I was like, so what am I doing next? So it was coming like boom, boom, boom. You write it down. What am I writing down? This. What am I doing with this? Creating an association. Who am I working with? I will let you know. And I just thought it was going to be like that. But I have learned that just follow his lead. And the truth is, I wanted to do something a bit similar in 2015. And I started, and I made a lot of roadblocks. And I was crying, and I went to Limba and just sat in the garden. And I was like, Father, what do I do now? He said, I just wanted you to see, but it's not yet time. When it will be time, I'll let you know. So that time came like 3 years later. And even then, he keeps telling me, just follow. Calm down. Listen to me. And with me, you are covered. You can have 20 people around you, but if I'm not there, you are not. And so in 2016, I wrote down some prayers and I said, right here in this office, I have my cross. If God is not in anything I want to do, I'm not doing it. So everything Whether I pray aloud or I don't pray aloud, just know that I cannot do it without him. And every day before I leave my house, at least 30 minutes I spend in my quiet place with him. Because this CSO thing, I have come to see it look like some warfare. But I just try to be me and not get into any war with anybody. Even with my team. I was making them understand yesterday, look, this thing is not do or die, and nobody is indispensable. I mean, I'm not indispensable to you, you are not indispensable to me. The only person I'm going to bleed or cry if he turns his back on me is God. Apart from God, any human being. And sometimes when you get to that radical point, things start to work out. But if you think you will babysit people, to beg them to work with you, or people will have to babysit you to get you to partner with them, then it doesn't work. I tried something, created a synergy for rape. You know, before I knew it, other people had joined everything. We were 8 people, 8 organizations, or 7 or whatever. By the end, we were remaining just 2. You know, I was like, okay, fine. 2 people, 1 person is on the ground, that's me, 1 person is out there, but we were able to work so much in synergy, and we got it. And we will continue. When other people come, serious, join, fine. And people are only supporting from the sidelines, fine. People are criticizing, fine. You know, I learned a lot also from naysayers. Criticism, that one will not be lacking. Oh, what do you want to show? This is too big. What is that? Do you know how we started? Oh, you have to be this way. You have to be that way. And there will always be, and I love feedback. I follow people. I listen to people. And sometimes they don't even know I'm just collecting my feedback. I'm just collecting them. I'm just listening to them. I listen. Sometimes I go and watch some videos quietly behind the scene. Sometimes I just take people out. Like yesterday, I invited somebody. I took him out for lunch just to listen. And it turns out to be somebody I really needed to listen. And you know, it just came to my mind. I was just praying and I was like, Father, I need some more direction. I need some help. Who do I talk to? But just call him. And I just wrote to him, are you around? Settle in one day. And those are the way you know that God is in your thing. Sometimes it happens like a spark. And sometimes people who are not used to that, they'll be like, what do you mean something just came to you like that? Something just came to you like that. But in my experience, in my case, they have just been coming to me like that. Who do I email? Pap, who do I? And some other ones are actually for the lesson. And I learn. I've cut off some people from my entourage since I started this thing. I mean, some of them were a bit hard to cut off, but I was like, I have to cut off because I have to grow. Look, I don't want to make a living with this association. I want to make a difference. So for me, it's my own way of making a difference. So it's not about me. It's not about the money. Seriously, this is it for me. If it was about me, about the money, I'll be doing something else in my quiet place, my law practice and my psychologist practice quietly. I wouldn't need an association to make money. Seriously, I wouldn't need an association to make money. The traveling and all of that, I'm even tired. Like right now, I'm not looking forward to opportunities to travel. Some people start and they have to travel. They are excited to travel and attend conferences. I'm not. I'm not excited to travel. I'm instead thinking of like, well, if I have to travel, then. So I'm like, Father, please, you told me 3 years from he said 2016, you need 3 years. So I'm like, 2019 is finishing. Maybe I'll start in 2020. But Lord, you know. So that's how I always try to bargain with him. Once, twice a year, that will be good for me. I'm trying to build a team who will have confidence enough and buy it in a way that I can say, please go. There's this invitation, but I would rather have you go. There's this thing, I would rather have you go. Like going to the U.S. Embassy, I went with my project coordinator. But one thing about, team building is like, people are still so a bit scared of picking it up and flying with it. And then I'm just like, Lord, please help me with this team. I don't want to change people. I don't want to change, like, send away people and get new people. So I'm really like, Father, please help them to get this thing and to be able to understand that when we talk, when we give feedback, it is for growth and they will need it for themselves in the future. So it's not about mark, and I'm not going to babysit people. I don't even babysit my own self. I leave the house with my kids. As we finish praying and everything, everybody is leaving. They actually close the door. I come to the office and I work hard. The only way you get things done is by working hard. I listen to people. I was listening to Denzel Washington again today. I listen a lot to people. Listen. They work hard. How can you get it if you don't work hard? So it's not going to be easy. You're not going to, even if you employ people and pay them all the money, they don't do it exactly the way you want and everything. The end, it falls back on your head. You're accountable to your funders. You need the reports. So if the people you have cannot get those reports ready, then you have to do it yourself. Okay, well, that is the price. There's a big price to pay. So you need to be able to plan. And you know, sometimes some of us, let me talk about myself. I'm doing so many things. I'm in school. I have a family. So the first thing I had to do was work on my emotional hygiene. When I started and I realized, hey, this thing is going to cost me more than just do 1, 2, 3. Because for like 10 months, I was literally alone. You know, you have the support, you have the angels around you, but you are like doing it, writing on Facebook, creating the WhatsApp, the LinkedIn, keeping updates on Instagram, or this and that. You have that. You have your own personal one. You have the children to follow up, kind of. You have the school. You have even the relationship. Oh, at one point I had to kind of like, hey, this relationship is going to give me headache. Ale, what are we looking at? As much as I need one, I would love to have one, serious one, everything, but I don't think it's time for me now. So, Ola, bam. And it's been since July, and I'm cool. Because I've just told myself, you're not going to die without a relationship now. You don't need that headache. So please, if you want to focus, and that is the main word, focus. If you want to focus, and you know, if you get it wrong the first 3 years, you are off. So if you want to, yeah, sorry, I had a call. If you want to focus, if you know what you want, then you have to make some choices. And I have given up committed relationship. I have given up a lot of my social life, a lot. I have given up what? Even family time. I mean family like extended family. They don't see me again just like that. Fortunately, we have a lot of things going on Facebook, on whether it's WhatsApp. So we keep in touch that way. But to say there's time for me to go for funerals or what, family meetings, or even to go and see people who had a baby. My friend, she lives just 20 minutes ago. She had a baby. It's been like 4 months. Or even 6 months. I don't even know. I saw that baby yesterday. I was even ashamed to ask how old is this baby. So people have to understand that it's going to take a lot of sacrifice, a lot. Or you, the founders, just know it. And everybody is not going to be okay with you being that way. But if you are okay with yourself and you know what you want and you are keeping your faith, just go on. After, people will clap. People are clapping now. And some are not clapping, or some are clapping hoping that it fails. Just forget about all of those things. Seriously. I don't go do analytics. I don't count the views. I don't count the... For me, what is important is 1 person I touch, 2 people I touch, 3 people I touch. If it's only the views and the numbers and that, for me, it's not entertainment. I'm not in showbiz, so I'm not really interested in that. Some other person could be interested in that, but me, Maria Banga City, I'm not interested in those numbers. I'm interested in the people who reach out or who come, you know, and what we do, and in the rates. If we do a study sometime, we are like, the rates of rape and all of those things are falling. I'm like, okay, I've made a difference. But if it's only in the people who view, do I know what they view looking for? I'm not interested in that. So I don't even follow up to know what were you looking for, what was your impression. You know, I was learning something yesterday. I call him my mentor, Eddie of the Gateway. He was like, which area do you want to focus on? Is it on prevention or on intervention? I have decided to focus on intervention. That's why it is called Hope for the Abused and Battered. So those who are abused, those who are battered. It means that there is going to be abuse and battery. Don't pretend that there's not going to be abuse and battery. So I'm not going to focus on stopping abuse and battery, but working with people who have been abused and battered. That is it. So no matter what I do, I always have it at the back of my mind or at the front of my mind. Those are my main people. People who are abused and battered. And people who are abused and battered, they don't need noise when they come to you for help. So my ultimate goal is to have a home, house of hope and healing. That kind of place where people can come for weeks, for days, for hours, and just kind of like you just walk with them. I'm alone now, but I'm hoping that with time there may be 2 or 3 other people who would do it, who can receive people. It happens in other countries, right? I've not been to one, but I visited one place like that in the US, in Vermont. It's a center. They have days where they open and people come and stuff like that. So I was like, that is my vision. But in the process, we have to be doing other projects like the AAF project. So I was comfortable walking alone, but knowing what I'm building. And so the people who are coming now, if they get it, fine. If they don't get it, well, we will have to part. That's also something. You have to know, well, you cannot be emotional about it. Seriously, I was telling them, I may love you, I may like you, but if it comes to we staying on and walking, and I'm not comfortable, I'm not satisfied with what you're doing, I'm sorry. Well, you can tell me you're going, I can tell you I don't need you anymore. I can't keep you anymore. I'm serious about it. So for me, those are the kind of things. You have to really know what you want, have it all written out, and you can be modifying and modifying. It comes to your head. So somebody cannot be challenging what's coming to your head. You need to be firm about it. I was asking one the other day, did you get that vision? Was it revealed to you? You can call that being aloof. That's your problem. You can call that being so full of yourself. I've gotten to that point where it's like, it doesn't make any difference to me what people say about it. I pick what I pick. I take what I take. What I don't take, I don't take. If God arrests me about a situation, then I'll sit down and listen. If he doesn't do it, and I'm sorry, a lot of it is from inside. He has to talk to me, choose somebody directly, but I have to just get it, and I get it from inside me. Sometimes it has to take a little struggle, but I do get it. I don't need to be called a prophetess, all of those things, no. But I know where I am spiritually, and it's very important to be spiritually grounded. That's my experience anyway. If not, you can get... Somebody called me yesterday about a case, a child who has been raped by a boy, sodomized and everything. And I was blank. I told them I can't take that up. You can't run around everything. You just cannot. And I'm not going to try that. Like you call me, well, there's this one I run, no, there's this one, no. That's not my own way. So you need to know which is your own way. You need to be firm about your own way. You need to be honest. Tell people, express yourself. Speak it up. And let other people speak up their own minds to you too. If they do it, you are taking it, fine. You are not taking it, fine. And of course, you have to be doing great to do great. Meaning you have to have your me time. You have to have your moments. When it's time to enjoy, to celebrate, to live, I don't joke. Because when it's time to work, I don't also joke. So please, don't go kill yourself like, you drop today, you drop now. That thing that I continuous or is finished. So as much as I give myself time, I focus on the work. When it's time to enjoy, like on the 18th of December, I'm stopping. And I'll be back again on the 27th of December. Between 18 and 27, I have nothing to do with Hope for the Abused and the Battered. And I don't expect anybody in my team to have anything to do with Hope for the Abused and the Battered from the 20th to the 27th. That is 7 days. Well, as volunteers, we are not committed with what? Yearly, annual leave and all of those kind of things. People have to understand what it is all about. What volunteerism is all about. What is expected from you. What is not expected from you. For me, the most ultimate thing I expect from my volunteers is an attitude to work and improve on their work. That attitude. If you have a know-it-all attitude, we are not going to stay for too long. And if you have a shallow attitude or a nonchalant attitude, we are not going to work. You need to have that attitude of I want to learn and I want to do my best. You may think, oh, I'm just volunteering, and how much money? Okay, fine. Then don't do it. Go. Or tell yourself, this is an experience. I am learning. I'm doing my best. I don't care that giving me 30 or 50K or 20K or whatsoever. You don't know, tomorrow you may go and found your own association. You'll be using the same skills and everything you learned here. I don't know. That's how I looked at it. When I was working for Women in Parliament Global Forum in Belgium, I gave it 100% best until when it was time to leave. The first week or first month, some people ganged up. She wanted to fire me. When we met, she said, okay, if I'm not firing you, write me a project proposal. What do I know about writing project proposal? I went back home that day. She gave me 2 days. 2 days I was ready. At least she was impressed with what I had written. And then got me now, confirmed me, and even increased my pay, And I stayed there finally for almost 2 years. And when I was ready to leave, and I had not yet told her, she too, she was ready to let me go. And I was like, okay, fine. But we kept in touch. If I go to Brussels today, there's no way I will not go and visit her and thank her, because I also learned a lot from that period. All the shenanigans at that time, what did they do? They just gave me tough skin. They made me cry, made me frustrated, but they gave me tough skin. So that's what I'm doing here. So, well, that's what I wanted to share this morning, and I'm looking forward to doing a small celebration here. I don't like big, flashy, gorgeous things, so that is it. I'm going to have like 10 people here, and then that's it. And we'll do a live video so some of you can join us by virtually, stuff like that. One day we are going to do something big, big, big. But, well, first anniversaries are always good to celebrate. So we are going to have a small cake and some juice and some peanuts and some meatballs. And the 5 people have already been invited, and I hope they all come. If they don't come, my children are there, my neighbors are there. We'll still eat the food. So if you are watching and you've been invited, please, 5 p.m. is 5 p.m. Me, I don't like me blank man time. So if 5 p.m. people are not there, I wait 5:30 and then I start. Even if it's just 5 of us here, we are already good to go. And my kids will come. How will they not come? So that will be 10 people inside here, or 9 people. So those 5 people, if you come, fine. You don't come on time, at 6:30, I'm closing the office. Now I have to go back home. It's not a weekend. And even if it's weekend, some of those things you have to just set it going. So I hope those watching have been inspired, and I thank all those who have been very supportive. The moral support for me is very important. What can I say? Spiritual support, emotional support. Yes, my analyst, thank you so much. Wow, Eva, thank you. Back at the time when I was working with these kids at home, I remember you brought the clothes and they were so happy. Everybody in one way or the other. Dubis, I remember you coming from the work and we doing the video at home. Yeah, I was very excited. I'm still waiting. Thank you, everybody. Seriously, those who watch, thank you. And I hope somebody picked something from today. It's not easy, eh? It's not like pain chocolat. But we have to keep doing what we are doing, right? Okay.